Jambo! That is Swahili for hello. My name is Vernon Smith, and I'm a music production major here at Full Sail. I'm also a music minister at a church here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, where I've lived for the last 6 years. A little bit about me. First and foremost, I'm a musician. That is my passion. That is what I'm good at, and that's really what drives me, is being able to combine passion with talent and create something meaningful from that. I find fulfillment through reaching my potential and through knowing that I've done the best that I can do. That's what I've done at the church for the last 6 years, and that's what I always try to do in every area of my life. I always try to do my best in everything, and I love to see other people doing their best as well. A little bit more about me: I love to travel. I've had the opportunity to visit many places around the world, including Kenya several times, which is where I picked up the Swahili. But something that I've noticed in my travels is the barriers that can exist between different people groups, the cultural and the language barriers that separate people. And one of the things that can break through these barriers is music. Everyone loves music, no matter who you are, where you come from, what language you speak. There's a type of music that speaks to you. And so music really has this powerful ability to communicate through these barriers, in spite of differences, in spite of cultural and language differences. And that's why I love music, and that's why I love to create music, because it has the power to bring people together. And so all these things are the reasons for why I chose my target audience. One of the things that I've become interested in lately, and partly because of some of the classes that I've taken here at Full Sail, is music for video games. And one of the reasons for that is because I love to combine different forms of media. Combining music with movies or video games it gives it more meaning, and it makes it a way for it to reach a wider audience. So that's something that is really appealing to me. One of the companies that I've been researching for this project is Ubisoft Entertainment. It's one of my favorite game developers. They've developed some of my favorite games of all time. The Assassin's Creed franchise, the Splinter Cell franchise, and all the other Tom Clancy games, and more recently Watch Dogs, which came out earlier this year and has been really successful. Alain Cour is one of the Ubisoft's executive directors. He said in an interview with the Market for Computer and Video Games that the company's mantra is to bring something fresh, new, and surprising to their customers. And I feel like they've really done a very good job of this with the products that they've released over the years. According to the Ubisoft website, Ubisoft is currently ranked 4th among video game developers worldwide and has the second largest in-house development staff in the world. But it's really what the company values and cares about that I find most appealing. They value attention to detail is one of the things that they care about. They try to create authenticity and realism in their games, and they try to make the experience as immersive as possible for the player. A good example of this is the Assassin's Creed franchise, which is one of my all-time favorites. More specifically, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which came out back in 2010. An article on EBSCOhost from an issue of Computer Graphics World talks about how they recreated 16th century Rome in the game by using maps from that actual time period. And so that attention to detail is very important to them. They also value small things, even if they're not the big money makers. Alain Cour also said in the interview that they still invest a lot of time and money into the projects that aren't quite as popular anymore, like the fitness games, the dance games, the kids and the family games, because they feel like those things are important. And those are the types of games that really bring people together. And that's something that I really care about as well. And it's one of the reasons I do what I do, is because I love seeing people being brought together. And so Ubisoft is a great example of a place where I would like to use my talents. I have a lot to offer. In my time here at the church, I've gained a lot of experience working with groups of people, coordinating large events, and getting people to work towards common goals. I feel like one of my skills. I'm also kind of a perfectionist. I'm very task-oriented and very focused on goals, and I feel like that's not something that's very common among musicians, and so I feel like I'm kind of unique in that area. And as I mentioned earlier, I always strive to reach my full potential and even surpass my potential. I try to learn as much as I can and always find ways to get the job done no matter what. And so this all ties into my mantra, my description of who I am as a professional. I'm a versatile and intelligent musician and producer. I'm versatile because I have a lot of talents. As a musician, I have several talents. I can play multiple instruments. I'm a vocalist. I'm a composer. I'm a producer. And I have several skills not related to music. I have technical skills and people skills that I've picked up over the years. I'm also a good learner. If there's any skills that I don't possess, then I take the time to invest in those things and make myself better. And that's where the intelligence comes in. I'm a thinker, and I always try to find ways to get the job done and better myself, no matter what. Above all of that, I'm committed to using the talents that I have to create something that's bigger than myself, to create something meaningful. And I really love to see other people doing that with their talents as well. And so my goal for this month is simple. I want to be able to communicate that message. And I want to be able to create something that represents who I am and what I care about. And so I look forward to getting to know some of you this month through our different projects, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Bahati and Zuri, good luck.